Hey everybody, it's Dana Polk Jr., Master Executive 8. And if you're looking for how to apply the principle of mentalism, then you're in the right place. What we're going to do is lay the foundation of the principle of mentalism and apply mentalism in the application of the principle of correspondence. So, this part one, along with part two of the application of the principle of mentalism, is just laying the foundation for its actual application in the principle of correspondence. So I'll put that link in the description. But this part one and part two makes more sense to apply in the principle of correspondence, which is why I separated. So I'm about to reveal some easy ways to understand and apply the principle of mentalism without you having to figure it out by yourself. So I understand that you may know the principle of mentalism and want to apply it, but don't know how. And that can be frustrating, but don't worry because today I'm going to share with you the first principle, the principle of mentalism. So the um the the foundation of the Hermetic philosophy rests on this principle, and you'll fail to grasp the concept of the other principles without understanding this one. So the principles are built upon each other, with this being the first. So to understand this principle, we will be taking a little longer to make sure that this principle is understood. The same way that you would build a house, the foundation is the most important piece of the property. So it makes sense to lay the foundation properly to build upon. And if you're reading this book, you probably already have a level of understanding of this principle. So it's possible to, excuse me, that you have no idea of this principle, but that's highly unlikely. And I admit that some parts of this principle and understanding may seem contradictory, but it will make sense in the end. So the Kabbalion speaks of the first principle in this simple statement: the all is mind and the universe is mental. So this principle embodies the truth that all is mind. And if we could find words to describe the all, what would they be? The all would be what's lying beneath what we call material reality and manifests itself as material reality in the form of matter and energy and all else that we are able to receive through our senses. So the all, as described in the Kabbalion, is spirit, which is which is unknowable, which is universal, which is infinite, and is a living thing. So the all is also referred to as God or the name of some other deity or energy, etc. So we will just call it spirit to keep things simple. One common way man tries to relate to the all is by bringing the all down to their level of emotions and psychological attributes. But this will not do. The Kabbalion tells it like this: the Hermeticists believe and teach that the all in itself is and must ever be unknowable. They regard all the theories, guesses, and speculations of the theologians and metaphysicians regarding the inner nature of the all as but childish efforts of mortal minds to grasp the secret of the infinite. Such efforts have always failed and will always fail from the very nature of the task. One pursuing such inquiries travels around and around in the labyrinth of thought until he is lost to all sane reasoning, action, or conduct, and is utterly unfitted for the work of his life. He is like a squirrel which frantically runs around and around the the circling treadmill wheel of his cage, traveling ever and yet reaching nowhere, at the end a prisoner still and standing just where he started. And that is so true. Y'all, I've went through my head as to trying to figure out exactly what the all is, and this is totally right. It'll literally leave you stuck. It left me stuck anyway. I don't know about everyone else, but a maxim is an expression of a general truth or a principle. So it is a principle or a rule of conduct. So moving forward, we're going to be building on these three maxims. The first one is the only thing there is the all, and the all is all there is, and everything that exists inside of the all. Number two, the all has no beginning and has no end, meaning it is eternal. The all, number three, the all is not mutable, which means that the all doesn't change. It is unchangeable and it is changeless. So now that we've talked about the maxims, let's talk about the law of mentalism. So, what exactly do we mean when we say the universe is mental? The universe is mental, held in the mind of the all. So the all creates the universe mentally in a manner akin to the process whereby man creates mental images. So also, if our physical or material reality is a projection of the mental or physical or material reality, um, is it an illusion? So this is a seemingly contradictory nature of the supreme being. So if the mind of the all is the place where it physically originates, are we living in a dream state? Like, can we even call the material realm reality? And the paradox arises from the answer that it is both an illusion and a reality simultaneously. So from what's called an absolute viewpoint, of course, the universe is the nature of an illusion, a dream, a phantasmagoria, as compared to the all in itself. We recognize this even in our ordinary view, for we speak of the world as a fleeting show that comes and goes, is born and dies. For the element of impermanence and change, finiteness, and unsustainability must ever be connected with the idea of a created universe when it is contrasted with the idea of the all, no matter what may be our beliefs concerning the nature of both. So in philosophy, absolute theory or absolutism usually refers to a theory based on concepts such as the concept of space that exists independently of other concepts and objects. So the absolute point of view is a point of view that stems from how the all would view a point as far as we can comprehend. So anything that has a beginning or end, in a sense, must be unreal or untrue. And the universe comes under that rule. So, in all schools of thought, from the absolute point of view, there is nothing real except the all. No matter what terms we may use in thinking of or discussing the subject, whether the universe be created of matter or whether it be a mental creation in the mind of all, it is unsubstantial, non enduring, a thing of time, space, and change. So, now let's take a look at um, the opposite of this viewpoint, and that is the relative viewpoint. The relative uh, point of view um, is relative in proportion to the whole. So it is from the viewpoint of man and from the reason of man to the highest degree. So it is from the it is from this viewpoint that the universe or the thing created by the all is real and substantial. So, to better help us understand the viewpoint, let's give an example from the Kybalion. We kick a stone and we feel its impact. So, that's the example, right? It seems to be real, notwithstanding that we know it to be merely what we have stated above. But remember that our foot, which feels the impact means of our brains, is likewise matter. So constituted of electrons, and for that matter, so are our brains. And at the best, if it were not by the reason of our mind, we would not know the foot or stone at all. So, from the relative perspective, the universe is real and not an illusion. And the reason being because without our brains, which are made of matter, we cannot receive the signals from our external environment. So, what is the point of talking about this supposedly contradictory or conflicting nature of the divine? The purpose of this lesson is to impress upon the minds of the student the fact that to all intents, this is out of the Kabbalion. Kabbalion. Let me start over. The purpose of this lesson is to impress upon the minds of our students the fact that to all intents and purposes, the universe and its laws and its phenomena are just as real so far as man is concerned as they would be under the hypothesis of materialism or energism. So, under any hypothesis, the universe in its outer aspect is changing, ever flowing, and transitory, and therefore devoid of substantiality and reality. But note the other pole of the truth. Under the same hypothesis, we are compelled to act and live as if the fleeting things were real and substantial, with the difference always between the various hypotheses that under the old views, mental power was ignored as a natural force, while under mentalism, it becomes the greatest natural force. And this one difference revolutionizes life to those who understand the principle and its resulting laws and practice. So, in conclusion, the three maxims are everything exists within the all is immutable, has no beginning and no end, making it eternal, and is unknowable and living. The all and number two, the all and the man create the same way, meaning the universe of the man and the universe of the all exist inside of the mind. Creation came from the mind and from of the all, and objects come from the visualization of the man. So finally, from the absolute viewpoint of God, the universe is an illusion, while at the same time, from the relative viewpoint of man, the universe is real. So if you're interested in discovering more about the application of mental alchemy, then be sure to check out the link I have in the description. That is a series on the application of mental alchemy. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss more videos helping you with mental alchemy and more. And check out the playlist of my top 10 videos on the application of mental alchemy. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care.